you're doing R&D, research and development for your Etsy store. You're trying to figure out some new product opportunities or what product you should launch next. That's why in this video, I'm gonna be going over how I personally go and spot Etsy product opportunities. I'm gonna start off this video by sharing my free way first, followed by a paid way, I guess, or a way that you can do it a little bit more high level by incorporating some software in there. Now, if you're currently an Etsy seller that just launches things on a whim, meaning you like a product idea and you don't go and validate that product idea by putting some data or research behind it, this video is gonna be especially important for you because those methods of just posting anything that you like, unfortunately, aren't as, it's not that they can't work, it's just not the most best time spent or best dollar spent when it comes to investing time and money into your business. Your job for doing research and development or new product launches inside your Etsy shop is to really set yourself up for the best case scenario so you're not just wasting time, money, and energy on products that may not sell. So it's better for you to put some data, put some validation behind your new product idea first, and then, go into the development part or the development stage of said product. There are 6 main KPIs, key performance indicators, that I look for when I go to study a marketplace and to decide whether or not I think that product is a good opportunity or not. If that is something you're interested in sticking around to hear about, then make sure you stay till the end. So let's get into this video. No, if we notice, but your girl is a lion. All right, guys, welcome back. My name is Hannah Gardner. If you're new to the channel, I teach people how to build brands and scale brands mainly on Etsy, but I also teach a lot about Shopify as well, as I am a personal 7-figure seller on both platforms. What are some of the free KPIs I'm looking for in Etsy that tell me that the product is hot? Let's pull out the scenario that you are a bee lover and you are obsessed with bees and you want to go launch a full-blown bee store selling bee products. And this is just one scenario. This scenario can work if you're already an existing seller that already has products and you just need to launch more products, or like this case scenario, you're somebody completely new and trying to find things to sell or opportunities. Anything that's like super niche down and has a lot of loyalty to it, like bees or mermaids or horses, right, tend to do pretty well when you put some type of really competitive, cool product behind it. The first thing that I would do, the free way, is to come into Etsy right now. I just typed in the word bee. Naturally, what's gonna happen when you type in that search term is Etsy's search bar is going to naturally tell you some of the highest search terms that people search for with that word in it. So we have bee earrings, bee SVG, bee necklace, bee decor, bee ring, bee stickers, right? Obviously bee earrings being at the top. So hint, hint, maybe a good opportunity, right? So let's just click on bee earrings here and let's just pretend that maybe we wanted to launch and make some bee earrings. The first thing that I'm looking for, if I had the capability and the talent to actually produce bee earrings, I'm gonna look for badges. When a listing has a badge, right, like a bestseller badge or an Etsy Picks badge, Etsy is picking that item out for some reason. They like it for some reason. But the badge that I'm looking for specifically is an Etsy bestseller badge, because sometimes on my listings I can get Etsy Picks badges and that doesn't really translate into sales. Right here you see a bestseller badge. Now this is really easy because this leads me to, I guess, my third KPI, free KPI that said, okay, might be a good product opportunity, which is add to cart badges. You can see that this listing is having 20 add to carts, which is really, really good data, free data that says something about this listing is working, right? And so if I wanted to further compete with this listing, I would then look at their price point. I would look at their variation options to see what value propositions they have. Do they offer free shipping? Do they offer non-free shipping? What type of photography do they have? What colors are they using in their photos, right? I'm gonna look at all of these things and ask myself, do I have the capacity and the talent to compete with this listing? And if I do, and you have the ability to compete, right? Having a bestseller badge, a 20 add to carts badge, those are some really good KPIs that say, this is actually something's going on with this listing. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about pulling out some type of data or some type of green light that says, hey, something is going on with this listing. Last free way to analyze listings and pull out some data is by coming down here and looking at the reviews for the item. If this listing had like hundreds of reviews in a really short amount of time, let's say under a year, then we definitely know that this listing is pushing some serious sales volume. This listing only has about 4 reviews, but let's see, the first review came in 2023. So that means that the listing might not be that old. You usually can tell by when the first review came in, and basically because it says May 2023, you know, that was only what? A month ago. It's a relatively new listing. So that's a good indicator that, you know, we're in the clear on that end. So let's just recap the free ways to pull out some data on some product opportunities. First one we talked about is just going into the Etsy search bar, followed by seeing if there's any bestseller badges right there on that first page. Then by seeing if they have any add to carts. So if they have any add to carts here at the top, we really want to go after product opportunities that have 20 add to carts. We want the max amount of add to carts, especially if the listing is like over a year old. Finally, has the listing got a significant amount of reviews in a relatively short period of time? When I talk about competing with this listing, I'm not talking about literally like scamming this person, stealing their images and copying these molds and basically, you know, copying them. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what are the core elements of this listing or the key attributes of this listing that we can compete with? So, you know, how does their photography look? How is the angle of the jewelry being placed? Can we compete on price? Can we compete on their drop-down menu with the selection options that they have, right? They're only offering 2. So can you do it in rose gold? Can you offer different sizes? Maybe these are 4 millimeters. Can we do 5 or 6 millimeters and offer variation? The listing doesn't have a video, so can we add a video, right? These are all the things that we're looking at in order to compete and win. Okay, so now if we wanted to take our data science, if you will, if that's what you want to call it, to another level, we're actually going to incorporate some more product validation with some software. So the software I'm using is called Sales Samurai, and what it does is it's a keyword analysis tool, and it's actually going to show us search volume on keywords, and it's also going to give us a lot of other big KPIs that we're going to want to look at here in a second. But for the first thing, we're going to come back up to the search bar, and we're going to type in bee earring. You see the little blue marks here? This is showing up because we have the Sales Samurai Chrome extension downloaded. So if I click on 500 more here, Sales Samurai is going to show me all of followed by the competition. So what are we looking for in terms of opportunity goes? Say your best case scenario word only had, 50 searches. That's not a very large amount of search volume for you to then invest time, money, and energy into developing that product for you just really to not make that many sales. So we kind of want to validate a couple of different things here, right? What are our best case scenario words, and what is our searchability potential? So what words are available to us that are a keyword product fit that have a lot of keywords? Now, I would probably not go after a product if the product has less than, say, 100 searches per month for your best possible keyword that's available to you. So best possible keyword again means keyword product fit for what your product is. So very, very clearly describing what your product is, not like gift for her, unless it actually was like a gift box or something, but I wouldn't say gift for her would be the best keyword that you have for bee earrings, because that's not describing how specific a bee earring is, right? So bee earring would probably be one of your top keywords available to you for this listing. So we have bee earrings, which actually is a little bit higher search volume than, say, bee earring without the plural. And the competition is about the same. But what I think is interesting is that there's this one here that says anything bees, which only has 2,000 competition. Now that's not as keyword specific or keyword product fit specific as bee earrings, But that's a really good keyword to use, because I'm imagining the people that are just typing in anything bees is because they're looking for a gift for somebody that is obsessed with bees, because people that are obsessed with bees are obsessed with bees. So they're literally typing in anything bees, and they're down to buy, you know, somebody a gift, anything that has a bee on it. So that's actually a really good keyword and a good keyword opportunity to consider if you were going to be, you know, making a bee store basically. And to validate that keyword, what we can do is go into an incognito window and go to Etsy and type in anything bees and see if anything shows up that looks similar. So right here, you got bee earrings here. You got some earrings going on the first page. You got necklaces over here. So anything bees, like I said, is a good keyword opportunity to probably use in your listings. So let's just recap here. The first thing that we're really doing is we're trying to find keyword opportunities based off search volume and competition. So like this is a good example of, you know, pretty good search volume, pretty low competition in comparison to the other words that are available to you. And we're also validating that, you know, the best keywords that are available to us, you know, doesn't max out at say like 50 searches, because that's just really low, which would be surprising if that was the case. Usually any listing that's getting, you know, that much add to carts and stuff is a product that is in a category that gets a significant amount of search volume, but we still want to validate it. The next way that we're going to use Sales Samurai to validate our product idea or find product opportunities is by essentially using their listing analyzer tool. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to take the URL here of this listing, and we're gonna go to their search tool and then go to single listing. And we're gonna drop the URL in here for that listing. So the main thing here that I'm curious about is what is the monthly views that it's getting, and what is the age of the actual listing. So the age is 42 days old. The listing was created on April 24th. What I'm curious about is how is this listing performing in comparison to a similar Etsy listing, right? We pulled out this listing because obviously the add to carts, the badge and everything, right? But can we find a similar listing and compare that performance to this one if, you know, if everything else is the same? Like if I find a comparable listing that basically has 20 add to carts, has a good amount of reviews, what I'm curious about is which one's getting more views basically and in what amount of time. So let's see if we can find something that we compare it to. So I found this listing here, which is a completely different vibe. It's a similar price point, but it also has a bestseller badge and 20 add to carts. So if we take the URL on this guy and we throw that one into Sales Samurai, let's see. So remember, we have 1,485 views, and this is a very new listing, right? Etsy says that it can take up to 3 months to index your listing. So the fact that it has the badge, the 20 added carts that early is really, really good. So let's see how this one compares to the other listing that is similar, but a completely different vibe, right? Different photo, different material, different color of the actual product. There's a lot of different things going on there, but let's just see, maybe it's doing better. So this listing is actually way older than that last one, and the monthly views is actually less. So in theory, if this listing's older and was competitive or more competitive than the previous one, then the monthly views should actually be higher, considering that the age is so much older. And I would probably go out and try to find about 2 or 3 more comparable listings and see which ones, all other things the same set aside, are performing the best based off of that monthly view versus that age, right? So like I said, what we're looking for is a new listing that's performing really, really well, right? Because historically, if it's new performing well, it should outperform this guy over a longer period of time. Like I said, the moral of the story here is if I had to choose which listing I wanted to pull out the key attributes to emulate, right? Based off of price, based off the quality, based off of some of the design features that we're not copying, but we want to improve upon, about some of the variation options, right? We're gonna look at the other guy first and look at their attributes first, since they're the ones that's obviously killing the game stronger than this guy. What is the last way that we validate product opportunity. Essentially what that is based off of every single thing that we analyze with the data. We're gonna mix that data with what we just personally know in this space, because what the goal is for you as the owner of your business, you're gonna become a master of the niche that you decide to go into. So if you're somebody that knows bees really well, right? Like, you're gonna have your own take and your own perspective on the types of products that you want to launch inside that space, right? And because you know that niche, or you're learning that niche, right? You can spot trends. You should be able to spot trends or know trends and color schemes and materials just organically from knowing or learning that space that you're in. So the last thing, like I said, is taking the data and then mixing that with your own inner gut designer, intellectual, higher level thinking, right? To then the outcome of that going to market with a very competitive product. Once we get all those green lights and we get some inspiration, right? Taking your inner Etsy powers and bringing a really cool product, competitive product to life. I hope you got some value out of this video. Again, this is just the things that I'm analyzing and what I'm doing for my store. So hopefully by me sharing the main things that I'm analyzing, that can help you, figure out what your process is gonna be for yourself. But overall, guys, check out some more videos in my channel. I have deeper videos on things like SEO of your Etsy titles, how I run my Etsy ads, and more. All of that stuff exists inside of my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check out some other videos. And yeah, thank you for staying to the end. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.